today's class is about two big things. So it's the first of our core flow series when we're exploring the flow state, and we are doing that from our core with a full activation of the core. Today's focus was on keeping into the center of gravity in the flow state, and not only the physical keeping into the center of gravity physically, and then energetically coming to our energetic center, which is in the pause at the end of the exhale. And as you might notice throughout the practice, it's an element of practice that takes focus, that takes awareness, that takes control. And the main element that you're controlling to stay in your center of gravity and to stay in your breath, keeping to the flow state, is speed. That was my personal challenge with flow generally, because I have a tendency to rush things. So if you do have a tendency to rush things, the first thing that you need to do is slow things down. And it's in that slowing down, you are actually connecting to the flow state. You are being in the flow state by being able to transition from one move into the other physically, while constantly keeping to your center. Why is that relevant? In our practice today, by being in the center of gravity, you move with integrity, you move with control, you move with balance. And most importantly, the whole body, from pinky to baby toe, is engaged. You don't have to do anything. You're moving from your center, and your center radiates that integrity. Your body responds to that engagement. If you're too fast, or if you move too far and you disconnect from the center of gravity, then you will have to somehow artificially tone that part of the body. And it takes effort. Not only does it take effort, but also it's not generating energy. So it's a double lose. When you stay in your center of gravity, you feel how stable you are, you feel how the whole body is moving as one, and the effort that you're putting in is the energy that you're getting back. So even if you're feeling the intensity, you never actually run out of energy. It's self-sustainable. And that's the main reason why the center is essential. I want to say important, but it's more than that. It's essential. So in the flow state, we stay in our center of gravity constantly, and we move as slowly as we have to and as far as we have to know where we are, which is, of course, the center. So throughout the class, the poses that we did were facilitating that. There's no complicated flows, no crazy twists or what else, super intense balancing poses. Because again, if we're starting by becoming aware of our center, there's no point in taking poses that might take us out of that. So you will notice that your strength, even though the poses that we do don't look that complicated, they will actually get your strength and your mobility, your stability, and your mobility and your flexibility better session by session. Today we practiced all the types of poses, but we practice them in a way so as to serve our body and to serve our breath, because the pose serves you. As simple as that. We did inversions, dolphin, we did forward folds, the wide-legged forward fold at the end. We really focused on that. Twists as well, there was a twist there. We also did twists in lizard with hip openers. We did balancing poses, half moon. We worked a little bit on upper body strength with our plank and forearm plank flow. And we're going to go deeper in that. Also with the dolphin flow. The dolphin is a great one because it's great for upper body strength, and it's a super inversion, and it's a great one to sway in at the end of your practice just to cool everything. Now you probably noticed the pace was slow enough for you to have time to see how you're moving and to see how you're breathing. Because the center of gravity is essential to keep the body together, and the breath is essential to shift from the physical effort to the energetic effort. The breath is the one that powers us, the life force. So if you lose control of the breath, it doesn't really matter what you're able to do physically, because energetically you're not bringing in real power. So you're only, making a shape. It's a very popular phrase. Energetically, there was the inhale, the pause at the end of the inhale, and then the exhale. And the exhale is an active release, and you feel it in the trunk. The exhale is the one that engages the trunk, really powers your core. That's when you feel the core 100%. That's why we're lifting. And I was telling you in the sun salutations in down dog, in half moon, whenever we lifted in, for example, dolphin, when we came down in plank. So the power is on the exhale, because the inner layers, the muscles of the lungs, the muscles of the trunk engage in all directions. And it's not just the muscles of the trunk, it's the diaphragm as well. So you really feel everything coming together into the core. The core is the #1 player of the band. And again, you layer the center of gravity and the energetic center, and you get a control is not the best word. You get a practice that feels strong, that gets every muscle in your body active. You are in your body, you are in your breath, and the levels of energy that you get are higher than the levels of energy that you put in. So it's recharging, it's energizing, it's powering. And of course, this is what we need on our yoga mats, but also in life. We need to make the most of our practice, of our moments. So the way the body's working optimally, the way the energy is supporting that's something that you take off the mat, and you center yourself in any room, and you come to the energetic center in any room of your life. So it's a skill that you can take to your office, for example. Imagine a day of work spent, you're sitting down, but you're integral in your center of gravity. You're connected to your breath. How would you feel at the end of a day of work when your body stayed open, your body stayed toned, but it used the energy to release into that inner space? It's like an 8-hour yoga session. It would feel incredibly recharging. The clarity that you would have while doing that, imagine how clear you were on your mat when you were doing the practice. it's invaluable. So that's why we're starting from, the step one, staying in our center of gravity, moving in our center of gravity in that tone and release, and then powering ourselves with the energy. So that's the first one. Imagine where number 6 will be. So I'll see you guys next week to go a little bit deeper. Enjoy your day.